everybody. Today we're going to do a cactus in a terracotta pot, I think. So I have white and I have brown, and I'm going to use these two colors to blend in the background. The background's just going to be a real simple, kind of abstract, sort of marbly background. So I'm just going to use white and a little bit of brown. And we're just going to make messy brush strokes for the background. Nice, simple, soft background. Much like perhaps a photographer background when they take pictures. Or wallpaper. That kind of looks like wallpaper too. But just really soft, pastelish, random ripples. Maybe like stucco on a wall. More white than brown. So I have let it dry and I have chalked on a terracotta pot and a cactus. So I'm going to take my big brush and mix a terracotta color. I'm just going to take a scoop of the brown, and it is dry right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and add it there, and a scoop of orange, and mix this together to get a terracotta color. Just going to mix all the orange I have in there. Oh, might as well mix all the brown too. All right, looks like there's a little bit of white from my previous color that didn't fully come out in the wash. That's okay. I want to take my color and I want to add it to my terracotta pot. And what I want to do is start kind of edging a little so that we have that first. It looks like we might need another layer or coat. That's okay, we have shading to do anyway and highlighting to do, so we'll just leave it with the one coat. I almost think this brush is too big for that. All right, we're just going to apply a foundation. So you want to cover up your chalk lines if you ever do chalk, because especially colored chalk, because it's a little fickle to work with. It likes to come back, and sometimes if you paint over it, it just goes away and it's a non-issue. I'm going to get this outside area. Using less paint for this to all right, I'm just going to let that sit in for a little bit. I want to start making a couple of shades of green. So I have a phthalo green, I have a yellow, a chrome yellow, and I have a green oxide. want to start making a couple different greens. I think I'm going to use different brushes for this. I want a lighter green, kind of like a like a lime green. So I'm going to take a scoop of white, and I'm going to take a scoop of green, or maybe maybe a half a scoop of green, and a scoop of yellow. I'm going to swirl that together. I'm going to get a really pretty lime green. All right, so I want to do a light, a medium, and a dark. So I've got my light already, and I'm going to start with, I get 2 brushes for this, in case I need to chisel in a little easier down here. I'm going to avoid the wet paint, so all right, then I'm going to do a dark and then another light. All right, so I want to make a darker color of this. So I'm going to take a scoop of the previous color and a scoop of the green and mix that together. And I'm going to take a little scoop of that other green and a little touch of that terracotta. Maybe 2 touches of terracotta. And maybe another touch of that green oxide. Okay, and a touch of the green. We just want a very dark version. All right. So I'm going to take this. I think I'm going to make that, maybe I'll take one more little touch of black just to get it, or maybe 2 touches, just to get it a little darker. There we go. All right. Use another brush for this. And this will be the dark version, so I'm going to add it right here in the middle. And we'll add another one here. I want to get kind of a medium color, so I'm going to add a scoop of the green and a scoop of yellow. And maybe just a little dab of white. All right, I have a pretty mid color. All right, we're just gonna let that dry for a little bit and then we'll fill in some more detail. So I've let it dry a little bit so that it's easier to work with. I'm gonna use a smaller brush to go over the elements. I'm thinking maybe this one. This will be a good one. I'm gonna go back into that terracotta color. That might be a little too stiff. Maybe this one. I'm just going back into the main color just so I get a second coat and it's a little thicker. Add a little bit of white and start to kind of highlight some of the areas. It's a little bit lighter on one side. I'm just flicking my brush in towards the middle. All right, and now I want to add a little bit of a dark to the other side. So I'm going to take a little scoop of that previous color and a little dab of black to just get a darker version of this color. That might be too dark. All right, I'm just going to add it to the other side. Kind of push it towards the middle. All right, I'm going to add a little rim for shadow underneath. And get a little bit more black for that on this side. All right, so I want to add a little bit of dark to the cactus for the in-between lines. And I'm going to take a little scoop of this green, maybe 2 scoops of the green, a little dab of black, get a darker green. And just adding extra layers to this inside area. All right, we're gonna let the top dry. The bottom is pretty dry, but we want to add a little bit of a shadow underneath. So I'm going to find a brush that'll be awesome for that. Maybe something chiseled. Oh, this one's probably better. All right, I'm going to take a scoop of that terracotta color and a little dab of black to get a darker brown. Add water to this. I'm just going to go underneath my little pot. A little bit more black into that mixture. A little darker right underneath. Okay, so I think I'm going to let the green part dry a little bit more because we're going to use a small brush and white to create little spikes. And I think it's just going to be better if it dries. Okay, I have let everything dry a little bit more. It's still wet in some spots. This up top to be a little bit drier. I'm just gonna add a couple little lines, those spiky lines. Really light touch. All right, and there we have it, the cactus, the spikes. Okay, so we have finished all the parts of the painting that we need to, and here is the final product. We can one-up this, and let's go ahead and give this cactus some personality. So when you hang it on the wall, it's just gonna make you smile. Let's add googly eyes. So in order to do that, we're just gonna take a little tacky glue, or any kind of glue really, and you wanna position where you want these eyes to go. And we're just gonna add a little tiny bit of the glue onto the back. And we'll do that ×2. Unless you want one eye, then that's okay too. And we're just gonna add the glue to that. Position where you want your eyes to go. And then just press and hold to get your googly eyes in there. And you can adjust them accordingly. So that's pretty much it. Giving personality to your cactus, so he's not such a prick. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and if you had a good time watching this video and you haven't done any of those things yet, now's a good time to do it. Help support the channel, and I appreciate it. I'll keep making these videos so you guys can enjoy and learn some new fun tips, techniques, so on, etc. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.